Our top story today from the GatewayPundit.com, rumors swirl that the Obamas are headed for divorce as Michelle Obama vanishes from the public. We're covering the story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours. Our top story today from journalist Christina Lila reports that the Obamas may be living in paradise in Hawaii, but when it comes to their marriage, they may be in hell. Listen to this. Beautiful Barack Obama and his husband, his wife, Michael Big Dick Obama. That's so crass, but it's true, right? You guys know it's true. The Obamas are headed for divorce? Well, that's a good question. The tabloids are abuzz after Michelle Obama skipped Jimmy Carter's funeral and announced that she won't be attending Trump's inauguration. Barack Obama attended Jimmy Carter's funeral alone after his wife had a so-called scheduling conflict, and it turns out that former President Barack Obama is confirmed to attend the 60th inaugural ceremonies, as former First Lady Michelle Obama will not attend the upcoming inauguration. Michelle Obama's spokesperson said, "Rumors are swirling that Michelle and Barack are on the outs." Hearing serious talk that the reason Michelle isn't at the funeral isn't that she wasn't invited, but that she and Barack are on the outs, according to Jack Poso. Barack and Michelle Obama sparked speculation that they are heading for divorce amid notable public absences. It also turns out that 2 years ago, Michelle Obama told Revolt that there was a solid 10-year period where she could not stand being married to Barack Obama. The former First Lady also said that her daughters were terrorists when they were younger. People think that I'm being catty for saying this. It's like, there were 10 years when I couldn't stand my husband, Michelle Obama said in remarks to Revolt. And guess when it happened? When those kids were little, she said. For 10 years, while we're trying to build our careers and worrying about school and who was doing what and what, I was like, is that even... Obama said, and guess what? Marriage isn't 50-50 ever. There are times I'm 70, he's 30. There are times he's 60, I'm 40. But guess what? 10 years. Obama continued saying that we've been married 30. I would take 10 bad years over 30. It's just how you look at it. People give up. 5 years, I can't take it. Now, she goes on to say that in that podcast. I don't want to watch it. There's really no point here. But according to author Edward Klein, Michelle Obama started writing up divorce papers back in 2000, but they were able to salvage their marriage. So let's talk about this. So we're not a gossip column, right? This is not what we do. We don't cover people's marriages. I'm not really as concerned. If Obama gets divorced, it personally doesn't mean anything to me. It's sad, right? Because we fought really hard for gay marriage. And, I wish that they would have worked out. But I do think that we are in a position where people are sort of wondering, are any of these marriages real, right? You think Hillary and Bill Clinton are still having intercourse? Really? No, they're not. All right. Our next story today, Victor Davis Hanson can't stop laughing while talking about Joe Biden's farewell address. We'll talk about this story in a minute, but guys, I want to talk about something else before we jump into the story that's important. Many of you guys know, and you may have heard of my good friend, Chuck Norris. He's a legend. Now, I recently saw a video that he made, and I was shocked because he's in his 80s and he's still kicking butt. He's working out and staying active. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by just making one change, and he says that he still feels like he's in his 50s. His wife even started doing this one thing too, and she's never felt better. She says that she feels 10 years younger, her body looks leaner, and she has energy all day. Now, Chuck made a special video that explains everything. Make sure that you watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/pundit. That's CHUCKDEFENSE.com/PUNDIT, or by clicking the link in the video below. It'll change the way that you think about your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/pundit, and click the link in the description below to watch the video now. You won't believe how simple it is. Watch his method by clicking the link below, chuckdefense.com/pundit. Watch the video if you want your energy back. Now, as I mentioned, it is important that Victor Davis can't stop laughing. Listen to this. Mike LaChance reports that conservative scholar and historian Victor Davis Hanson is a very serious-minded person. Yet even he could not keep a straight face when talking about Joe Biden's farewell address tonight. During an appearance on Fox News with Jesse Waters, Hanson pointed out the many falsehoods and projections voiced by Biden during his talk and repeatedly broke into laughter as he did so. Even Waters remarked that he had never seen Hanson so giddy about such a topic. Partial transcript is over here. We'll watch the video in a moment. I'm going to play it for you because we have the clip. But I think what's important to talk about in this situation is that, people are starting to realize exactly what's going on in the country, and they're waking up. And this particular scholar also was able to understand. Check out his appearance on Fox News. Watch.
Is that a legit warning? The subtext of that was that all of the so-called oligarchs that supported him in 2020 got tired of him. So Mark Zuckerberg gave him $419 million to warp the 2020 election in key states, and he had no problem with that oligarch. Reid Hoffman, another billionaire, funded the E. Jean Carroll suit to go after Donald Trump. He had no problem with that oligarch. He gave the Medal of Freedom, Citizen Freedom, to George Soros, who pretty much did his best to destroy the criminal justice system in our big cities. So he's not credible. And when he talks about misinformation, the FBI conspired with Facebook to censor stories about the laptop that it was authentic, which it was, and then 51 so-called authorities supplied him on the prompt of Anthony Blinken before the debate with Donald Trump in 2020 to lie that it was Russian disinformation. They cooked it up. He cooked it up. He cooked it up. Joe Biden via his own future Secretary of State. So it's just this projectionist party, Jesse. You saw today with the confirmation hearings. Do you start with the person and then do you invent the crime, Pam Bondi? Well, yeah, that's what you do. That's what you did with Donald Trump. You know that none of those indictments would have ever gone forward if one of two things had happened. It hadn't been Donald Trump, or if he had just said, I'm not going to run again. Then they would have dropped it. But they picked him, and then they invented the crimes that'll never be brought against anybody else because they were fictitious. And it's sad.
You know, VDH.
They didn't even make an attempt.
I have had you on the show for many years. I've never seen you giggle like this. I've never seen you so tickled at someone's hypocrisy. It's just, even you can't keep a straight face. You're just happy it's his last speech, right?
Yes, I cannot keep a straight face. They didn't even make the effort to be serious. Not even an effort. And they had no idea what they were up. What did they think they're doing? People like Pam Bondi and Pete Hegseth are masters of optics and TV and repartee and extemporary dialogue. So they put them on there and they had them for dinner. And they're shocked. What did they expect? It was just silly. It was like David and Goliath. I don't know. It was sad.
You mean like the
Yeah, it was like David and Goliath, he says. And, you know, it is really interesting when we talk about, you know, the perspective on how bad the country's actually gotten. Conservative commentators like this are just coming out of the woodworks and saying, look, things have gotten so bad here. We need to figure out exactly what's going on. And these disheveled senators like Mark Zuckerberg gave $419 million to warp the 2020 election. And then now, you know, whatever. Everyone was upset about that. No one was. We were trying to raise alarm. That's what when people say when I'm talking about Musk, they're like, oh, you're just attacking him because you're jealous. It's like, was I attacking Zuckerberg? Was I jealous then? Am I jealous now for criticizing oligarchs? I mean, oligarchies are nothing new, right? You have these rich proletariat class. And now we have a technocracy, or technogarchs, as they call them. I've heard a few different names. I typically just call them our king. And the truth is that, you know, Musk in many ways has more power and influence than Trump. And then when you say that, there's all these really weird, like, people who are like, you're trying to bring divide between them. I'm like, no, I'm trying to warn the people. Don't trust Musk. I'm not saying that he's a bad guy. I'm just saying I don't have any reason to trust him. Just because he gave us back free speech for a couple of years on a social media app, you know, it's gotten really bad there, the censorship. I mean, I'm looking at my AP here, and it's like, it's gotten pretty bad. I mean, the stuff that they're taking down is arbitrary, and they don't let you criticize certain countries. So, you know, it is pretty hard to believe that he's a good guy when he bait and switches like that, but I hope that I'm wrong, and I will remain to say that I will always hope that I'm wrong. Now, additionally, the official inaugural portrait of the 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump, has been released, and everyone is loving it. Listen to this. The official inaugural portrait of President-elect Donald Trump has been released just days before his swearing in as the 47th President of the United States. A portrait of Vice President-elect J.D. Vance was also released on social media. It is now the background of my phone. He's shirtless, and I love it. No, I'm kidding. It's definitely not what's going on here. But both leaders are set to take office on January 20th, 2025, marking a historic return to the Trump presidency. Captured by chief photographer Daniel Torok, Trump's official portrait radiates confidence and readiness, showcasing him in a dignified and commanding pose. On Wednesday, Torok offered a sneak peek of the inauguration invitation, which prominently features Trump's black and white photo. Take a look. Here it is. And here's their photo. So there's Trump's photo. That's actually a really good photo. That's actually great. It's pretty fantastic. I mean, honestly, if I can look that badass when I am, 400. No, he's 82, 81. Am I right on that somewhere? Or is he in his 70s? Is he? Okay, I don't know what he's at, but I do know if I can look that cool at that age, I'd be happy. I mean, Trump is a cool looking MFer, you know? And then you got JD Vance here. My only gripe with JD Vance is like, he's so young, he shouldn't be that fat, right? And he's lost a lot of weight though. And I understand, like my face, I have the same kind of like, I would say he's like my cousin, right? We have like the same kind of like face, but I feel like he could be more of a Chad, right? I feel like he's a capability of having like sort of a glass, you know, like at least just having like a bit of a jaw, but he's got the beard to cover the double chin, you know. But I mean, I'm being superficial. I just feel like he has such a potential to have that like commanding presence. Trump's too powerful to have to care about that. It's like he's Caesar, right? That's what I think. But that's, you know, you tell me what you think. Now that being said, obviously you guys know about MyPillow. We've been talking about this for a while. They're an amazing company. Okay, I love them. I sleep on their pillows. They're super comfortable. But then the problem is that Mike Lindell, people have been trying to cancel the company. I don't know if you know about this, but MyPillow's been under attack. They've been trying to stop their pillows from being sold on TV, stop their pillows from being sold in stores, and that's simply why. Why? It's because he supported Trump and fought against election interference in the 2020 election. That's why Mike Lindell right now and his employees want to thank you for their continued support by extending their wholesale prices on classic MyPillows. Right now, you can get a standard classic MyPillow, check this out, for only $14.98. That's $14.98, usually $50. And if you go, well, I have a queen or a king size bed, well, you can get a queen size for $18.98 and a king size for just $1 more. Remember, there's free shipping on orders over $75. Use my promo code right here, Elijah, E-L-I-J-A-H. That's E-L-I-J-A-H at mypillow.com or call 1-800-210-8491 today and reserve your MyPillow. Get it today. Remember, limit is 10. Check them out. Now, that being said, Ratcliffe bodies Adam Schiff, sets him straight on Hunter Biden's laptop. Check this out. The confirmation hearing for Trump's pick for CIA Director John Ratcliffe was underway on Wednesday. Former DNI Ratcliffe ripped newly elected Democrat Adam Schiff as he faced questions from senators. Ratcliffe called out Schiff for lying about Hunter Biden's laptop, and in 2020, here's what he had to say. Now, I want to play the video for you so you watch the actual interaction between them, but I do think that it's vital to know that, look, Schiff is a senator. It's so sad. I'm from California. California turns out some of the worst people, right? Am I right about that? It's the worst. It's the worst people being turned out. Some of the best, too, because I'm from there. I'm just kidding. Listen.
In 2020, when a chairman of an intelligence committee misrepresented that a laptop owned by then candidate Biden's son was somehow a Russian intelligence operation, and 51 former intelligence officials used the imprimatur of IC authority to go along with that. I stood in the breach. I stood alone and told the American people the truth about that. So I think my record in terms of speaking truth to power and defending the intelligence community and its good work is very clear. And what I can assure you is those types of instances, if I'm in that position as CIA director and have to do that again, as uncomfortable as that can be, to be accused, the truth will ultimately defend itself, and I think that intelligence will as well.
Good answer. Yeah, I think intelligence will defend itself. I don't know if he's a good guy. Do you know anything about this guy? If he's a good guy, I doubt anyone being put in the CIA is a good guy. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I don't think you could be in charge of the CIA unless they probably blackmail Trump and people and then choose their own people. That's my personal opinion. Speaking of that, Speaker Johnson removes Mike Turner as chairman of House Intel Committee. Christina Lila reports. Check this out. Well, it turns out that House Speaker Mike Johnson booted Representative Mike Turner as chairman of the House Intel Committee at Trump's request. Trump's team says Trump did not request Mike Johnson to oust Mike Turner and that's false information. But who requested it? I'm not entirely sure. But we'd love to hear your opinions down below on what you think. Let us know by dropping that comment down and giving us your feedback. Anyway, I'm Elijah Schaffer. Don't forget to grab your mug at our official mug club at thegatewaypundit.com. You can go to our website where we get all these original, amazing articles by our fantastic and talented journalists. Check it out on our website. Grab one of these mugs today, gatewaypundit.com. Have a great rest of the week as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.